myself to this. What's up, everybody? The Lakers just won number 17, and fuck, man. I'm getting another drink.
You found that already? Shit.
All right, so the Lakers won number 17.
Sorry, I'm hyped too.
Goran Dragic, Bam Adebayo, both games they played, they lost both of them. Tonight, I don't know how long this live episode is going to go. I don't really care. The Lakers won number 17. I'm a little turned. Yes, this title is for the legacies of Kobe, Gigi, and every Laker that's played, every Laker that's put the uniform on. But we are celebrating tonight. Thank you, LeBron James. Thank you, Anthony Davis, for coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. Thank you for putting us back onto the pedestal where we normally are.
Yep.
Fuck the Clippers. Fuck the Rockets. Fuck the Nuggets. Heat, you guys played very well. But fuck everyone else, dog. Fuck the Warriors. Fuck all of you guys. Larry O'Brien is back where he belongs, and that's with the Los Angeles Lakers. And to be honest, we don't really fucking care if you put an asterisk on this championship. We don't care. Oh shit, dude. Osmosis, I'm gonna send you the link right now. You're gonna link up right now.
Respect.
Shit.
Respect.
Also, I'm trying to be as we're just going to talk shit all the entire night. The Lakers won 17. You guys said this was not happening. They said the Clippers were the 96 Bulls. Fuck Paul George, man. Shout out Rondo. Shout out Caruso. Shout out anyone that played a part in this happening. Y'all. Jared Dudley is a champion. Alex Caruso is a champion. Kyle Kuzma, champion. AD, champion. AD leaves that disastrous franchise that's known as New Orleans Pelicans. And he wins a ring in his first year. They think he's going back to Chicago. I don't care if he goes back to Chicago. He helped us win a ring. Cool. That shit was hella funny. LeBron James, congrats on your fourth Finals MVP. Well-deserving. You're an all-time great. Dwight won a ring. That's an amazing career arc for Dwight Howard. Basically, he left us in 2013. He lost in 2009, came back in 2020, and we doing the damn thing. Like, the Lakers are we're the champions. We tie those fucktards in Boston. Man, fuck Boston. You guys won most of your championship rings when the TV was black and white. I mean, the Lakers have the most rings in the modern NBA. And now, I've been alive for 6 Lakers championships. There's no one I know that's alive that has seriously seen any team win more. And if you are older than me, you saw the Lakers win in the 80s. So you've seen the Lakers win way more than Boston. Nobody can say shit to us Laker fans.
Facts.
Not even the Bulls, not even the Spurs. Because the Spurs have only seen 5 in their lifetime. Bulls fans, most of you guys were babies when Jordan won 6 in the 90s. So, like, ain't really shit you can say to us. I finally got to shave. I didn't shave the entire playoff bubble. That shit is gone. That shit was itchy as hell. Again, this is not going to be any basketball analysis tonight. This is just vibes. We're drinking tonight. We're celebrating. I'm going to pop champagne later. I don't know if I will do this on the live, but I might put this on the Twitter page. Make sure you guys are following HNB Media TV. Make sure you guys are following King Watch LA on Twitter. But tonight's just about celebrating. I've kept it pretty even keeled the entire time. Never got really too happy after the Lakers sent the Blazers, Rockets, and the Nuggets home. Because, again, the job was never finished. Shout out Kobe. We miss you. But again, the job was not finished, and we sent the Heat home tonight. And for the people bitching about health, the games Bam and Dragic played, they went 0-2. When Dragic plays, he can't really defend. Even when he was healthy in the first game, he couldn't defend. So we don't care. Also, we were missing our starting point guard. Our starting point guard stayed home. Shout out Avery Bradley. We also miss you. I hope the family's good. I hope you're well as well. And I hope we give you the ring because you deserve every single part of that. Based off of the game I saw you play live, you scored like 20 plus against the Kings, and you kind of made Patrick Beverley look like a bitch. So shout out Avery Bradley. I hope you enjoyed tonight as well. You are a big factor in this ring as well. You brought a defensive presence to this team that we hadn't seen in years. And Anthony Davis fed off of that. J.R. Smith got his second ring. I believe he tied the New York Knicks in amount of rings won, which is nuts. Like, there's so much to be happy about tonight. And if any of you guys want to go live, just let me know in the comments. But again, like, this is the first time we made the playoffs in 6-7 years. And the first time we get back, we win a championship. That's just funny as fuck. Shout out Danny Green. I know you missed the game winner in game 5. I know we've been like hard on you, like as a player. But we've always kept it, I wouldn't say always. Most of us have kept it just about basketball. And my friend, my guy, Osmosis, is joining the live now. What's up, man? Shit, I guess he's not joining right now. Maybe he'll join a little bit later, but we'll see. Danny Green, the insults from most of basketball fans were only about basketball. We never went to your personal life. That's not Laker fans. We just care about what you do on the basketball court, basically. We never sent those threats to your wife, to your family. And, hey, you're a 3-time champion. You've won with 3 separate teams, just like LeBron James has. That's a hell of a feat for yourself. And, like, you played pretty well today. And your demeanor, you deserve the ring. I don't want to see any Laker fans say that you don't deserve a ring. But yeah, those comments you made about Laker fans not supporting you, we just wanted you to play better. That's about it. But yeah, that's probably it on Danny Green. We'll see where he is next season. Don't know if he's with us, but again, celebrate tonight. You earned the ring, and best wishes to you and your family. And yeah, the Lakers tie the Boston Celtics with 17 championships, but like I said, most of the Celtics championships came before you or I were born or our parents were born. So if you want to claim shit that happened in the 50s and 60s, go for it. We can go off of what's happened since the 80s. The Lakers have the most. We can go what has happened with once the 70s happened. The Lakers have the most. If you want to claim what happened before the 60s and 50s, go for it. Congrats to your grandparents for watching that shit happen live. But unless you were born in 1930, you've seen the Lakers win more than anybody. And that's what I love to see. We are drinking White Claws tonight. Shout out White Claws. I'll be drinking some champagne later. I'll be drinking some IPA later. Sierra Nevada Hazy IPA.
Shout out to Sierra Nevada.
Dude, shout out Sierra Nevada. One of the greatest hazy little IPAs they have in the game right now.
Shout out Fire Stuff.
Shout out Fire. Hey, anyone that wants to support us, send us beer, go for it. I'll let you know where I live, whatever.
We'll drink it.
What a fun 6-game series this was. The Heat won game 5, and I think one of the better finals games that were played this series. Competitive until the very end. The Heat got the beneficial of the whistle, I think, in 4 of the 6 games the Lakers and Heat played, so I don't want to hear rigged.
Game 5.
So we can just go away with rigged. If the NBA wanted to rig the NBA Finals, the Heat would not have been there. The Clippers also would have beaten the Nuggets. But it is what it is. I just want to say this. Thank you, Paul George, for telling us no. We didn't have to waste money on you. What's up, Oz? You back?
Yep, I'm here. You hear me?
What's good, man?
Nothing much, man.
How are you feeling? I like the streams in the room, man. You got it set up already.
Bruh, listen, I'm trying to, I try to stay focused, and it's kind of hard when you got those low viewers, but I be trying. But how I'm feeling, man, taking a couple shots, feeling amazing.
Yeah.
The roommate's feeling himself tonight too. We are gonna pop champagne later tonight. Yeah.
Bruh, I still can't. I don't know, going through this last time we talked, even though they were saying we were the favorites for the Heat, and they gave us, first of all, shout out to the Heat, bro. You got to shout out to the Heat.
Jimmy Butler, who I think is the best player we face
in this playoffs.
Yeah, and it's not just stats; it's how he carried himself. Jimmy Butler took more games from us than James Harden, and I just want the record to be known with that. I just want that to be known. Jimmy was missing starters who won more games versus us than James Harden. And it might not all at the end of the day, maybe it's not all about stats. It's about what you do for winning. And Jimmy Butler, to me, is a winning player, and I think you see that too.
Definitely, man. But I'm just so glad, man. Number 17, RP Kobe.
Yep.
It just had to be done, And right before you got on, right before I got on, you were saying they said it was rigged. You can't say that, bro. It's too many times, too many players have gotten hurt years before. Like, that's the part of the playoffs. Like, players get hurt, players get injured. You have to play through them, and that's a part of the whole situation.
The games Bam and Dragic played, the Heat lost both of those. And they say that we had an easy route because the Clippers didn't make it to the Western Conference Finals. They lost. They were healthy. Every single one of those players were healthy. They had their entire team.
The Clippers pack.
Paul George is not like that, whereas AD is like that.
You know how many times I had to deal with people saying the Clippers were going to win? The Clippers going to beat the Lakers. The Clippers going to win the finals. I don't hear none of that now.
Yeah. And, both you and I last time, we were very, chill with the slander about other teams. We were very chill about what the Lakers have done. Today, we're letting all that shit go. We've held that shit in because we realize that the Lakers have expectations while the other teams have excuses.
And I'm letting all the Giannis slander go because your brother got a fucking ring, bitch. And you ain't got no.
Did you see him at the flag out? That shit was beautiful.
Yes. Your brother ain't got no fucking ring, nigga. That Thanksgiving gonna be hilarious.
Yeah. Kosa's pulling up with a bling, and Giannis just sitting there. Giannis is gonna go to the Heat, by the way.
Definitely.
There is no way he's gonna go to Miami.
And that's gonna be disgusting. But if he at this point he's retired, he would be literally foolish. They're one player away, and you are the one player. So just go there.
You are the MVP. Go bring back titles to South Beach.
I think at this point it's just on, does he go on free agency or does he request a trade?
Because if he goes in free agency, they don't have to give up Bam. But if they trade, they have to give up Bam.
But you can't really see Milwaukee letting them walk for nothing. Like, they going to a sign and trade or something.
And I've already seen a lot of Warrior fans saying that this ring doesn't count because Steph and them weren't there. But it's funny when the rings don't count the year after KD leaves.
The year after he leaves.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are we doing? If those KD rings count, then this ring counts too.
And I was talking to a Warriors fan. I was like, you do realize that they only won one ring without KD. It's not like they was winning 3-4 rings and then KD came. No, they won one ring and lost. And then they got KD and went stupid.
And it wasn't like it was a convincing win either. Like Kyrie and Love both got hurt that series. But how you feeling? What you gonna do tonight? Smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, and just talk shit?
Yep. Smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, look at these comments. Look at these comments. See what they talking about in these comments. The Clippers are
going. Dumb shit, but yeah, tonight this episode's probably not gonna go too long. I just want to drink, kind of just say what's up to all like the people that watch, and like, did the Lakers have 17?
I was just coming on this bitch to fucking celebrate because I was fucking hurt the other day when they lost. I was so hurt, bro.
Which was such a great game.
Oh my gosh, I was so hurt.
Like, it should have ended that night off of a LeBron or Danny Green buzzer beater. Like tonight, like I love blowouts, but tonight, if you weren't a Laker fan, tonight was very boring for you.
Very boring. You probably turned it off very early.
Like I was watching the game with my brother, and he lost interest at halftime. They were like, "You guys are up 30." I'm like, "I don't care." Like, yeah,
this is the game I wanted to see.
I'm like, "This is what I want." I'm tweeting every fucking minute because I don't care about the fucking game right now.
Right, every second retweeting.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I can tweet and watch the game at the same time because if it's a close game, I don't tweet that much because I'm like, fuck.
Somebody in the comments said they couldn't even watch. I couldn't even watch neither. Like at certain parts of that game on Friday, I was watching the game like it was on my TV, but I had to like turn away because I don't know, they'd be blown. Like today, somebody said I was in a party with my homies and they were saying Jimmy Butler clearly ran out of gas, which he did. But they said that's the reason why they lost, and I was like, no, I think the Lakers just said, okay, it's time for the children to go upstairs, and let's really get this going. And because you getting blown out by 30 is not one player being out of gas.
No, you saw tonight the Lakers kind of closed out on their three-point shooters. I saw tonight Duncan Robinson try 2 layups and a floater, which we do all series. We finally said, hey, we're going to take the three-point shot away from you. Try something else, and that shit was bricks. That shit was hitting like the left of the iron. That shit was airballing and like whatever. But like the Lakers finally said, you know what? All right, it's time to send these kids home. We want to go home too, but we want to go home with a trophy. Like you heard
Jimmy Butler at the beginning of the game. I want Jimmy Butler. I kind of figured that once they took the White out the starting lineup, I was like, okay, the only person who can stick, like you're now going to be sticking Jimmy Butler out. So
yeah. And then like once they took Dwight out and they put Caruso in, I was like, all right, they kind of want to go home. I'm like, they want to put defense in the starting lineup that's switchable with AD and LeBron.
And
like Caruso's small, but he can stick with those players when they like get switches.
And the White foul, like I love the White, but he fouls sometimes so unnecessarily. He gets them in a penalty. Now you in the bonus. They shooting free throws.
He gives the Heat a lot of free throws, just getting like 2-3 early quick fouls in the quarter.
And it's like you can't like. But the White is one of those players who are supposed to be there for his foul. So I understand him. But not when you're a starter. You can't be a starter with that mindset because now no.
But can we speak about Dwight draining a 3 in our last game?
A deep 3. It was
hilarious.
Foot one on the line. That was a deep 3. Some 2K shit.
And AD put up 25 and 10 in his first NBA Finals, which is nuts considering he had a heel injury the entire time. He was in foul trouble for 2 of the games, and he put up 25 and 10. I'm actually very surprised he didn't get a single vote for Finals MVP.
Somebody in the comments said, who do you think will be the favorites next year? Curious how the Warriors will do first back. Also, teams like the Nuggets, Jazz, and Clippers. Honestly,
I don't hear about the Nuggets or Jazz.
If you say the favorites, that you would be remiss to not put the Lakers as the favorites. But I say the second, you have to put the Heat, I guess. And then right there, I guess with the Heat, I would put Brooklyn. If you want to say one of the teams that wasn't in the equation this year, I think Brooklyn. Warriors, It's the Warriors, but they're dealing with a little age and a couple of things. I think Brooklyn is going to be the team, though.
I also think we talked about last time what I think Kuzma would have to do to stay in LA. I think we might have seen Kuzma's last game.
Bro, I don't know if you've seen, but after that last game, I went to the trade machine.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, and I think, bro.
And it wasn't just you. Okay, so like we talked about that one night. I saw like a couple days after people advocating for Buddy Hield for that same trade. I was like, oh shit! Like I know where I heard that from,
bro. Like I promise you, like they need to, because not even I'm cool with like if Kuzma would have had the lackluster offense and not have fouled. I think I seen the stat was like 8 3-point attempts in his playoffs. I would have been Gucci. Like if you playing right defense, you're rotating. I'm fine with that. But gee, you in pivotal moments are fouling people who you know are shooting threes. Duncan Robinson is going to shoot the three. Tyler Hero is going to shoot the three. Now Tyler Hero is a little bit different. He might drive. But Duncan Robinson is shooting the fucking three, and you are fouling him every time. Or Michael Porter Jr., back-to-back possessions where you foul him on a three-point shot. And it's like, bro, when are you going to realize that you can't do that? At what point are you, like...
And he's 25. So, like, he should know his game by now.
And TPJ said Kyle Kuzma was better than Brandon Ingram.
No.
I wish Brandon Ingram was still on this team. What?
This would have been over. Like we would have went 16-1, basically.
Probably would have went undefeated in the playoffs. Come on, bro. Like,
see, that's the difference between Kuzma and Caruso. With Caruso, we don't want him taking shots because he does everything else on defense. He saves, rebounds, hustles, whatever. With Kuz, it's like, hey, you got stood up on one end. Don't chuck something up on the other side, and that's what Kuzma does. But again, Kuzma played very well in the first series, and like in half the games against the Rockets, like he did help us get this ring. But the last two series for Kuzma was not very good.
I compare Caruso to a mid version of Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
Like that player who's going to take 5 charges. He might have 2 points in the game, but he affected the game for real. So
he's like Derek Fisher with like not as much talent as Derek Fisher had, basically.
Yes, a mid Derek Fisher.
Yeah. Because Caruso can't hit shots outside the paint. It's not looking good for him. But he did shoot well like the first 4 games in the series, but it kind of evened out at the stretch of it. But
he'll hit one if you leave him open. But I mean, if it's a closeout, it's not really guaranteed to go in.
But it's weird because LeBron's best plus-minus teammate was Alex Caruso the entire year. And it matches with what you see on the court. When LeBron, AD, and Alex Caruso are on the court together, it's clamp season. You can't really score on us. You saw that happen in the first half.
And
we said, let me put my defenders in the game and let's see what happens.
Bro, and that LeBron and Caruso, every time either Caruso slashes or LeBron slashes and they pass it to each other every time.
It's a bucket every single time. So I don't know about you, but I spent like the Laker merchandise is already on its way. We already hit the Laker team store tonight. That shit is on its way.
He bought that shit so fast. He wasn't playing no games.
It had been waiting, and like tonight, I think I tweeted out, okay, it's time to finally slander the Clippers. Like, I hadn't slandered them at all. I sent like maybe like PG-13 like tweets about the Clippers, but they ain't shit, to be honest. Bro. LA our way. The only LA our way kind of motto is winning championships. You can't be your way and you go home in the second round every single time you go to the playoffs.
You can't never make it to the conference finals.
Which is nuts. Kawhi, Paul George, Lou Will, Trez, Zubac, and all them dudes couldn't make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Fuck that. Kawhi and Paul, you named too many people. Kawhi and Paul George. End of discussion. Kawhi and Paul George could not make it to the Western Conference Finals. That is unacceptable. Y'all are fucking garbage.
And both strung out the Lakers in free agency twice.
I think Rondo is I thought Rondo was the only player to win as a Laker and the Celtics, but they showed him. They showed that he is.
He is.
That's crazy.
And again, I've already apologized like 5 or 10 times about the Rondo slander.
For real, because that boy balled. Listen, when you tweeted, I'm gonna have to get a Rondo jersey. That boy started making the fucking threes.
The Rondo jersey will be in my possession at one point, and I will put a picture of myself in a Rondo jersey.
Bro, for real. Because
2008 kind of scarred me a little bit. I saw Rondo beat us.
Facts.
Even if he can help our team, the hate is still in the heart.
Facts.
Like that's why I can tell with people that have been following the Lakers or like the people that joined like 2014. I'm like, we hated Rondo. We hate Paul Pierce. We hate KG. We hate Doc. We hate Ray Allen. But shout out to Rondo tonight. Game 3 through 5, he was ass. And I think game 1, he was bad shooting wise. Tonight, he scored like 18 points in the first half. Or something ridiculous where he was hitting step back threes. And I couldn't believe that Rondo was hitting those shots. But again, Rondo tonight, we don't win the championship without you. So if you're watching, if you ever see this, Rondo, congrats on helping us win number 17. We tie your old team, and yeah.
Some Nathan in the chat said the Clippers need to move to Seattle.
Get the fuck out of Staples. Like, why are you there?
Playoff Rondo is for real a thing, bro.
I guess it is. And if Taylor Swift has more banners than you in your own arena, you gotta go. Gotta go. If the bitch that wrote Teardrops on My Guitar has more rings than you do, you gotta go. If Romeo and Juliet put a banner in your own Staples Center before you did, you gotta go. And I'm white, so I know a couple Taylor Swift songs, so it's okay. But yeah, the Clippers gotta go.
They do for real.
Anything you want to talk about before I get going? Because there's a lot more alcohol in my fridge to drink, and I'm getting off.
For real. Nah, man. It was nothing much I wanted to talk about, man. I just came on here to talk a little shit, say fuck the Clippers.
Yeah. Anyway,
really
thanks for all the love that you show this podcast. Thank you for always retweeting and commenting in the comments. And it's been great to get to know you over the past couple podcasts and like DMs and whatever. Thank you again for all the love you showed to this King Watch LA, and let's celebrate tonight, man.
Always, man. Always.
And again, let the people know where they can find your music at. Let the people know where they can find you at as well on Twitter.
Okay, you can find me anywhere at Osmosis Jones, Osmosis Gonez. That's on Twitter, Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Google Play, YouTube, anywhere, man. I stream on Twitch, gaming, anything, man. Go look it up, Osmosis Jones. And listen, I appreciate you for having me on today.
Hear your shit on Spotify. Don't laugh or don't text me after like, oh, this guy's good. No, he is talented at this shit. Like, don't say I was speaking on. No, he's very talented at what he does. So like,
yeah, man.
Do shit now before you hear him on the radio later. And that's all I want to say.
And I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the support, everything. Because just because you have me on this podcast, you don't have to fuck with my music, but you do. And I appreciate that shit, bro. For real, for real.
Yeah, no, they will be pleasantly surprised. Like once they hit Spotify and like they go through your albums, singles, they'll be pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised.
This has been Daniel Beltz, King of LA, Osmosis Jones. We've won 17. Fuck all of you guys. And we'll see you guys next time. All right. See you, man.